Yeah, those are the relic armor. So he wasn't going to tell you which jobs they were beyond that the first one was tank.
Venom says
of course
add
there will be mounts and other rewards as well.
Venom says add Xbox to the wheel, and then predict if it hits when it actually will go live. It hit. It landed on Xbox. Good news, guys. We're breaking the news. It's actually coming out on Tuesday.
Will there be lock boxes
in the front? Probably.
Yeah, probably. Probably. All right, so guys, keep in mind he's saying that this is part one. Keep in mind live letters are two-part. So part one is not going to go over things like job changes and stuff historically. That will be closer to the release of 5.4, usually just a couple weeks out. Part one is the big general overview. We talk about features that are being added. We talk about general direction. And then part two, they sometimes show us gameplay of any elements being added. They go over more game balance specific things, more details, the nitty gritty.
That name, dude.
It's going to be 3 hours from when they started. So we've got at least 2.5 hours left. So if you need a drink, now's the time. These first things are not going to be shocking. This is going to be things like it's going to have story. It's going to have instances. So like keep it.
It's mainly going to be
first couple
slides
here are not going to be shocking if you need to step away.
Except for the name. Futures Rewritten is the name of patch 5.4. That sounds omnibus. I wish I could speak.
We're not releasing new story. We're re-releasing old story.
If you guys are on Twitch right now, I see Me3 in chat. Be sure to click his name and give him a follow. Streams a lot of Final Fantasy and along with some other awesome games. Check him out. We've had him on the podcast. Awesome guy all around. Housing servers. PS5, it doesn't sound like it's coming. A PS5 version's coming out this year. Just FYI.
Okay. In 5.3, Shadowbringers came to a conclusion. It probably brought up a lot of emotions. You think, Yoshi-P? Do you think it had some emotions in it?
And then we announced 16. I'm out.
Yeah, Futures Rewritten. We're just going to replay the whole thing starting at ARR. You awake in a different city. Last time you started in Limsa. Now you're in Ul'dah. You awake in a wagon.
Yes, Eddie, we do have a Discord. The link is in the description of every video that we've got, so just check that out, and you can come be a part of this community. And we've got a lot of games that we all play. In fact, we have a Destiny community manager now and a Final Fantasy community manager now.
Early December, that was for people concerned that we wouldn't have our Savage in time for the holidays.
It's time, and then our gear goes up. This is going to be perfect. I'm going to hopefully get some holiday time off, and that means I can spend some time in my favorite.
They are on track to get this on time, which is good because they just told us the date. So if they were already going to miss it, that would be, we'll just move it.
You don't even have that slide.
You could have written anything right there.
Yeah. Now, just as
there's no way to change the slide.
As a precaution, and I probably should put a video out on this, and I probably will get hate for it. So if I do, you're welcome. We don't know yet if it is backwards compatible for PS5 because PS5 doesn't have, like, they're not launching with every game being backwards compatible. I'm hoping they make an announcement here because I think it's important. So if you do plan on
Sony decision,
it's a Sony, right?
If you Final Fantasy decision.
If you do plan on upgrading, if you did get a PS5, don't get rid of your PS4 just yet until you know that it will run.
The way it worked with the 3 is I ran my copy on the 3 until I got my 4. Had my 4 all set up, and then at my convenience I went and I made the upgrade on my account, which was totally free and carried me over. Keep in mind you can save your keybinds, you can save everything like in the cloud. You should be doing that maybe once a patch cycle anyway, and that way you can import all that stuff when you get over there. That was not the case when I moved to PS4.
Mm-hmm.
That was just
you had to redo
congratulations,
everything.
you got a new console. Redo your UI.
Ooh, yeah. So it looks like we're out in the Sea of Clouds, or at least we picked up somebody from the Sea of Clouds.
How do I get that suit? How do I get that thing in the back as a suit?
That would be awesome. That would be so funny if it was actually not one of, I can't even remember the
Yeah,
name.
they take the helmet off.
Yeah.
It's a Lala. All right. They said 541 will be in January. They said the dev team needs their holidays and they're not going to work through Christmas.
Yeah, and Zoe says they said 99% of the games will be backwards compatible eventually. So the news reports that I've seen, they say the top 100 PSN games will be backwards compatible on day one, and then it's just going to be a rolling conversion or something like that. That could, I don't know.
All right,
until it's announced.
MSQ dungeon. Matoya's Relict. Keep in mind,
cool.
guys, any dungeon tied to MSQ is for sure trust compatible. So you'll be able to play this solo if you want to enjoy it at a slower pace, or you want to enjoy it with the commentary from NPCs. I really like what trusts have done. I think that's a nice touch. Maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe later I'll be like, oh, it's like Party Finder. It was the death of the game. But right now I like it. Recently, I have 2 characters calling themselves Matoya. Which is it gonna be? '60th Blood Hunter. This is awesome.
Don't trust the trust crew. All right, cool. If that's all that PS5 is boost mode, then that's great. But the articles that I've read, they were like, all right, like it does. We don't know what yet is backwards compatible.
Screenshot.
That's beautiful.
It's fantastic.
I love the artwork for 14.
How do I get that as my house?
Would you care? Like, I like the book stairs.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a boss.
Maybe.
Got to fight the cauldron. Get knocked into the pits.
Instead of those book stairs, why are there tunnels?
And then Atomic's asking if did they missed anything. They just covered a lot of 535. We're going into what's coming with 5.4. So the name is Futures Rewritten, and we'll be sure to have a summary up for you guys, either on Ginger Prime or Chris and I'll sit down and film something together, or I'll do a podcast on gaming radio. Something. There'll be something for you guys.
More Chronicles of New Era Quest.
The Sorrow Were Lit. We just did that. I guess that continues. Is this part 2?
Yeah.
Unless that's just the overall name of this.
The beginnings of these, it's always a slow out of the gate. Nothing surprising. They said someone made a real life model that was impressive.
Typically, the 535 patch is a kind of a way to level up it. So it's for everybody. There'll be stuff for everybody. Majority of people will be. These updates are more driving the story forward and adding more, but they tend to do stuff for even new players. But I don't think they're going to highlight like, oh, we fixed this one quest in ARR.
New trials.
This should be the next the big trial should be the next weapon. Emerald, yes. So what do we think the final one is going to be Diamond then?
Maybe.
Well, welcome over here, Zoe.
Both normal and extreme.
Yeah, so if you guys are here on YouTube and you do like watching content on Twitch, top link in the descriptions for our Twitch page, and we'll be live. I'll be live streaming this on Tuesday around 8 a.m. in the morning, and typically I stream Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. So I will be streaming probably some Genshin Impact this Saturday.
同時にスタッフが引き出すのやめてほしいんだけど、アニメじゃないんですよ。我々は耐えれば何を言ってるんですか。困りますよ、そんな実在しないとか言われて。
Oh, dude, YouTube needs to improve like dramatically. And it's funny to me because as an engineer, it's like, hey, like what's the requirements? And it's like, have you seen Twitch? It's like, do what they're doing. Did you see what Mixer was doing before they got shut down? Do some of that. Like, it's not hard. It's hard to come up with the idea. Nothing that we already didn't know, Daniel, that we haven't shared with you in the past. And if you need a summary, let us know because we'll probably put that up on Tuesday because that'll actually
Eden's Promise and Savage.
Yes.
Cool.
You have to complete the main scenario quest of 5.3. Thank you. I love when they've got those relationships.
Excellent. Because there are times where sometimes I'm like, does it matter what order I play these in? I dig it.
And this will conclude the Eden's Promise storyline.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It would be weird if they were like saving it. What are you saving
Yoshi
it
P.
for?
Ninja announced an additional 5.6.
Yeah, yeah. Because we already have to delay the expansion, so why not just push it further? Now, keep in mind that he said you have to complete the 5.3 story, not the 5.4 story. So for people that want to just jump straight into that, that's separate. Why are there 3 cups?
Who's the third cup for? It's for us, the player, maybe.
It seems like we walked in on something.
I like the music playing in the background. Varen thinks the third cup is for us as well.
Job adjustments. Are they just
The
going to tell
monk?
us
This
job
is probably the
adjustments?
this is probably the monk grease lightning change. The 0.5 patch typically has the 24-man raid, and then this year we have also the new ultimate. So we'll have the 24-man and the ultimate in the 0.5 patch. So I think that's actually kind of a good move because that's going to carry you through the summer next summer. I hope the near raid ends on a higher note. Like I enjoy the content and gameplay. I just don't I don't feel like connected to it like I did with Ishgard.
All right, guys. And as expected, here's what they said. I will go into detail for these in part 2. So that's just an announcement that there are going to be changes.
I'm surprised they're still making. It feels like they're making more changes later into the game, where it's like at some point it's like, okay, we're done. Wait till 6.0 and then we'll make the bigger changes.
Do you not remember FanFest?
What did they change at FanFest? I don't.
People were allowed to ask like 6 questions, and they were like, "But my job, though."
Oh yeah.
But my job, though. You have to balance my job.
Magic Warrior confirms my feel and my feeling there
whole
too. I
audience
always kind of
voted
like,
that guy.
all right, like I like Nier, I like 14, I like the
Real
fights.
life toxicity.
Oh yeah, he talked about White Mage and was like, nothing's wrong with White Mage. Boo.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
Yeah. He's like, so I have an issue with White Mage, and be like, boo. Which, as somebody that wanted to ask a question that was more than like, will you balance my job? I was a little bit like, it's a bummer it was booed, but I'm not gonna say anything.
How?
They did say, they mentioned Monk.
Yeah, Monk is getting the bigger rework. and that they kind of teased in 5-3
And
with the
he said
resigning.
that made somebody in the background sneeze.
遊び感覚は極力変えないようにしているので。
And Zoe
Hopefully that
says,
person's not
I
sick.
hope we
Hopefully
get
it's just Monk.
a FanFest replacement announcement.
FanFest was canceled in the UK. They announced that last time, right?
No, it was NA. Then the Japan was canceled.
Oh, Japan was canceled next.
And we were all like, UK's canceled. Like, there's just
Yeah.
they could do a virtual FanFest. I think that'd be fun.
Do they do 3?
I think you
Trickle
do
it out
one
over multiple dates?
I think you do one.
Or we do one emotionally over, like, and here's the name, and here is what's happening, and here's where we're going, and here's, it's like, oh, I can't handle all this.
Here's the job.
You're supposed to trickle this out. At least emotionally, I won't have to prepare for a new race.
Yeah.
Blue Mage update.
Oh, 5-4, baby. Thank you. I was like, I thought they were going to do more updates to
From
the Blue
60
Mage.
to 70.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can now probably take it into Eureka, baby. Finally, I can finish
spells.
Eureka.
And Blue Mage exclusive gear added. Great, great, great. We're talking about limited jobs. I'd like that term to be plural. New duties added to the mage log. Great, great.
They'll show the increase in part 2.
They will show it in part 2. All right. All right. Is there a way to upgrade my fish to spinning a Namatsu? Do note that more details on the job segment will detail the. All right, cool.
Save
Our
the
live
queen.
translation. Thank you guys.
Oh, save
the Reddit community makes our job possible.
Save the Queen is getting updated in 5-4, which is great because we're also getting it in 5-35. So I was like, I'm hoping we see an increase in speed in this.
Well, this is 5-4 as an entirety, so this would be 5-4-5.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. But still, like having it at the half patch to sit here and say, hey, there's more of this. Like, especially if the content lands. Especially if the content
Well, they only have
lands.
2 more, so if they're going to upgrade it, they have to do it in 5-4-5 and 5-5-5.
What's our like count at currently?
152.
You guys are amazing. Thank you. Oh, speaking of, if you guys haven't subscribed to YouTube, which we just did a community feedback in which we highlighted some non-subscribers. So let us know if you subscribe and we can welcome you. And if you're not subscribed, let us know. We'll have you hit that button.
It was only funny because, like, I could swear I've seen that person's comments before. So it's like, you've been around.
Yeah.
What are we doing wrong? Normal 24 players, no role requirements for matching. Cool.
Is this? No. 24. No role requirements.
This is the this is BA.
But BA was 72 players last time.
Oh, maybe this is just another field.
Savage
instance
is
then.
48 players. What? I guess maybe this is their answer to BA.
So they said that the first things, the big instanced fate raids, are not their answer to BA, even though they sound kind of like BA. So I assume this is BA, but maybe I'm assuming wrong.
I don't think you need to do the Ruby Weapon Quest, Palsy. They did not make a mention of that. But if you do, we'll know on Tuesday. Do them
But I
anyway.
will tell you that it's a very enjoyable quest line. You should do it just to do it, but I don't think it's required. Relic armor. I don't know what we're doing as far as like relic armor upgrades.
They showed off like some
They
of
showed
the
off what it'll look like.
resistance gear.
The resistance gear. We don't know how it'll upgrade.
Yeah, Baldesian Arsenal. is what
Baldesian
the
Arsenal
stands
was
for.
the finale of Eureka, the previous relic grind from the last expansion. And it was a big, massive piece of content. And we thought we were just going through this normal instanced relic grind. And at the end, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, you've been doing this the whole time. You get to go into this amazing thing. And for any of us that fell off the Eureka train, we got to go to places like Miztec Stream and watch.
Grizzly saying
Baldesian
BA was
Arsenal.
actually 48 players. Okay, then I don't know why I was thinking 72. So
It looked like a lot when I was watching it, so I didn't want to correct you. Like, all right.
and Vale, just a 14 newbie, got through Stormblood yesterday. Congratulations, Vale. Welcome to Shadowbringers. I hope you enjoy this expansion as much
Okay,
as we
so
are.
what is this? We did Baldissimo Arsenal in the Stormblood. You prepared Logos actions and tried to complete the dungeon inside the instance. And they were raising the limits and everything, but it was very difficult. So maybe this is.
Maybe it's
I wonder if
outside
from
the
a
instance.
technology standpoint, if they're having an easier time with this.
Mm-hmm.
So in 5.45, we're gonna add Delebrum Regane. I don't know.
Best you did better than I would have.
Which will have an easier normal mode for 24 people. BA required that you went out to like Discord servers or whatever. Like it was like, I think even people who got to that point, like it was a lot to clear it. So I think this is saying we're gonna have a casual version, you want to clear it. And then for those crazy people, we had a lot of feedback on the BA was very fun and we tried to improve it. Now you can just queue up for it.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
We're gonna use in-game systems.
That's gonna be so good because the critique was the nightmare of trying to get everybody coordinated. Now, Salas the Great says, does anyone know if these guys post information up for the patches? If so, please tell me what the websites these two have. We don't post it on the website, but the patch stuff is posted on the Lodestone, which is a link in your launcher. We do cover like patch notes and things like that here on this channel and then on my personal channel as well.
Sometimes they take a couple days to pop up in English, but they'll be up before
the game.
Probably before 5.35.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have a summary independent of this.
The trailer for 5.4 won't drop until part 2, so you'll probably see that sometime in November, just FYI. Crafter updates.
They said Savage will be easier if you can have a discussion to prepare, like who's bringing what actions and stuff. So yes, it sounds like it'll be pretty tough. So it is the new BA. All right, crafters. This has been the shard of crafting. Less frequently used actions will be adjusted, and there will be new things for expert recipes. But those conditions will not appear for recipes added prior to the patch. Are we gonna have like adjustments that can, or recipes that can only be done like in certain places or during certain times?
I don't know.
WoW has that. WoW has like Mooncloth and stuff where you have to go to like a particular place to make the cloth.
Okay. Collectible and ethereal reduction systems have been revamped for gatherers. Excuse me. The collectible glove action will be removed. I'm gonna have to try the collectible system, namely because I have continued.
Look at that interface.
All right,
what is happening?
that's a better looking interface.
Yeah, but I don't know what it's telling me. Mostly because I don't read Japanese.
You don't?
I'm hoping it comes out in English.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, no, I'll post summaries and stuff. We'll have all kinds of good content to go around this later for you guys.
Almost 200 of you like this. That's crazy. All right. Gathering and perception ratings will have a greater effect on collectability. Sweet. Adjustments will be made to items obtained from ethereal reduction based on their collectability. Oh, sweet. See, I keep wondering, like, they dumbed down, like, Descent, and they dumbed down Gathering, and they dumbed down Crafting, and they said they were going to add difficulty back. And my concern was that we've had a number of changes in this game where they say, like, this is part of a grander thought, and then they don't finish the thought. And so my concern was that we lost a bunch of depth, even if that depth was just amount of time spent in trade for nothing. And this is the other shoe dropping. Like, this looks awesome. I assume
like
these
that.
these elevation arrows are going to be added to everything in the game. Like this
Yeah.
is not.
They've been
a
adding
new
that a
feature,
lot.
just new
It's so
together.
nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Very nice.
It's so nice.
$1 game club member.
JFO.
Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your emotes. Hope to see you drop some emotes on our comments now that you can do that. Also, hopefully you enjoy the upcoming AMA video.
So those will be the same arrows that are on quests. Fish eyes will be adjusted. Will no longer be required to catch fish.
Mm-hmm.
Will allow players to ignore the time requirement for catching fish.
Okay.
Like I can catch a fish at any time of day?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Can I set my time of day?
Well, like I think he's maybe talking about like when you fish and it's like, oh, and then the fish scatter.
Is that what he's talking about?
That'd be my guess, especially when it comes to, I don't know.
They don't scatter until you've been there.
Right.
Like it's not immediate. And all you have to do is like move to the other side of that fishing hole. It's not like you even have to move to another fishing hole.
The anti-bot measures for fish. That's what Zoe thinks that they mean here. Maybe they'll
Because
clarify.
you can just move to another spot. All you'd have to do is build a bot that can jump between spots. I think at really small fishing holes it might be an issue, but like
this might make big fishing too easy, so we're a little careful with how they're going to go about it. Okay.
Bicky Butt.
I like the name.
Butt.
Biggie Butt.
I love the honk. the thumbnail. Welcome to the Dollar Game Club. Enjoy your emotes, guys.
Yeah, enjoy your
and keep in
emotes.
mind, you can do those even in the comments of our videos now.
And hopefully more. Like that's where I think that's where YouTube needs to like let you use it anywhere. That'd be cool. But anyway.
We blew through 200 likes. I missed it. It's cold in here. This might be making. You guys probably don't feel that. That's probably unique to me. This might be making big fishing too easy, so we're a little careful with how far we're going. Okay. We know players have been fighting with the nature in Eorzea to become a master caster. So we don't want to take that away from them, but we want to get more players into fishing. I think there's a big difference between inviting people into a job and making the like ultimate title tied to it easy. I think you can have a range where you say everybody should come in this far and very few of you will make it over to here. That doesn't bother me personally. So I'm wondering if that makes it easier to go catch fish that only spawn at night and things like that, so you're not having to wait for the Eorzean time.
Right.
Like I don't know what they mean by time. You'd think that word would be descriptive. It's just not. Ishgardian Restoration. 4th phase of the restoration has begun. The restoration is scheduled to reach completion. Thank you guys for all your contribution.
Do we get houses in 5-5?
Commemorated with the construction of a monument. The monument based on the crafting class with the greatest contributions during a certain period. Does that mean every server is going to have a different monument for all of time?
That's going to be cool.
How neat. Skybuilder rankings will reopen for anybody that is feeling like that. New items will count towards your seasonal score. I think if they're going to give out the title for the top 12, they should not allow you. They don't allow you to win that title more than once, but they should just like not count them in the 12. Like, okay, there's 12 titles to be given out. The last title is going to the person in 20th place because these people are because there's people that didn't enjoy doing it again. I've heard even crazier things, like where there's people who do it because they intentionally want to deny slots to other people, which is just a level of, I don't know, that tearing people down that I don't understand.
And Rob, thank you so
Same
much.
title as before, but new achievements.
Cool. Same titles, new achievements. Rob, thank you so much for joining the $5 game club.
$5 game club.
Really appreciate the
We
support.
still don't help you shave. Further enhancements for Skysteel tools. We did the first part of this. With the last patch, it's now possible to get best in slot that's better than these. This will push them back to being The 535 stuff pushes them back to being best in slot. So you will be invested in this by the time we get to 545. So very cool. Unreal trial upgrade update. A new trial will be selected. So make sure that you guys get that cleared before then. Who's it going to be? Are they going to tell us now?
I wonder. That'd be great.
My question, John White, is that yes, fish have the Orisian time that they can be caught during. Removing the time requirement as an option is nice, because then if you want to catch the things at night, during night, you want to click that buff off, because that drops the loot table to only the night fish, which would increase your odds. But then during the day, you want to click that buff on so that you have it within the loot table, even at reduced odds, so that you never have to leave. My question instead is, like, if it's through my own eyes, like, can I set my eyes to, like, it's night right now, and then I can just fish at night perpetually, or whatever time of day things appear.
So he says Shiva seemed too difficult, but I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be, but most of you will be hyped for it, I believe. So, all right.
Well, of course we're gonna be hyped for it.
Yeah.
At least everybody watching this that plays 14. Treasure hunting, new maps. I haven't done as many maps this expansion, but I think this expansion has had a bunch of other stuff to do.
They've done maps, but it's yeah. I've always ended up testing them out, and I find the map parties are the most fun when I'm done leveling. Like, it's like once I've got all my jobs leveled, it's like, yeah, let's go run maps. Map party.
Look at this art.
I think,
pretty.
Is that art? Yeah. Man, I can't tell anymore. Yeah, it is art because it's painted. Okay. Oh, how nuts would it be if it was Thornton? I mean, they got a lot of things to pick from.
We are 1 hour into our at least they said it would be 3 hours. Ocean fishing, new routes added, and additional objectives. Completing these objectives will add points to your score.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'll make it easier to get the score-based stuff. Nutbuster Studios, thank you for the $2. You're 80 on your Dark Knight and your Gunbreaker. Thanks for your tanking advice. You are absolutely welcome for any advice we've given. Somewhere you've missed that Warrior is the best.
Oh man, no. Dark Knight and Gunbreaker are great. Oh, Battle on the Big Bridge Unreal would be sick, Railer. Summoner as a Zodiark as a summoner main or a Sam main.
Re-embarking after abandoning a voyage will be restricted. Good. Good. I would have assumed that was already a thing. Abandoning a voyage is taking people on that voyage and lowering their chance at shiny mythical rainbow time. So yeah, you should not be allowed to just jump into the next one. But I guess before, if it was a short ban, like the next voyage might have been long enough that it wouldn't have mattered. So now I wonder how long that ban is, because the events aren't happening all the time. So like, are you locked out for like a day? Like, how do they make that feel meaningful?
So Alan, I do maintain that this game's coming to PS5, but I don't think it's coming to PS5 this year. I think we'll see. Like with the PS4, it took them a couple of months to do that. They could surprise us though. I would love for it to drop on PS5 this November or even December. That'd be cool.
John White, thank you for joining the Dog Game Club.
John, woo!
All right.
Getting us closer
triple
to our
triad.
slots.
Rules and UI will be revamped for ease of play. I assume that's after they've done so much with the Mojang stuff. They're like, we've got to go back and make our own game as impressive, because it's really well implemented.
Mm-hmm.
New rules and tournaments will be added. A new rule set to battle opponents.
Oh,
Tournaments, that's interesting.
with the deck of randomly chosen cards. Remember when we would just battle each other? It's just like
We had to keep changing the rules to make up for the fact that at the time Brian had like way more cards than me.
mm-hmm.
As I slowly closed up the gap, we had more modes available to us. But like at first, if we picked the one where like low cards win, I could dominate him because like I had much crappier cards.
集まりやすくなりますね。そうですね、遊んでいただければなと思って。
Cool.
はい。というわけで、トリプルトライアード結構大きなアップデートが入りますので、こちらも UI がどうなるのかとかは、次回の PLL でね、スクリーンショットなのか、実機なのかで。
Yeah, it would have to be a long ban to be meaningful because like the fishing raids are already apart, like they're already spaced naturally. And so like I don't know how many people are doing them every single time. So you would have to really lock people out for like 2 or 3 cycles to really make them feel the same loss as like banning somebody from Duty Finder.
Oh, JFO, that would be amazing if they did a Shining Force crossover. Has the heart of the cards.
Imagine if the Triple Triads version is like, I'm just gonna be playing with Hearthstone cards. I don't know what you guys are doing. New crossover.
Good morning.
Silas, nothing tackling botting specifically.
Hey, Bandit. Good morning.
Speaking of Mahjong.
はい、でこれに合わせてですね、一部のユーザーインターフェースを
They've spent a lot on this. They've spent a lot of time kind of continuing to. This wasn't just like they added it and forgot it. This has continued to get love like every patch.
It's. I hear it's the premier online Mahjong game now.
Sometimes things like that happen.
Hey, Whitney, how you doing?
Where like a thing is the best at something that's just totally unrelated. Like, what an odd title for an MMO to have. You know?
Get it in the Genesis Book of World Records. Not only do we have an incredible collection of music,
building their calendar stuff like for your grand company to the point they're like, and it's like, yeah, I don't even use Google Calendar or iCal anymore. Like, I find that the Final Fantasy calendar is way better. I use it for all my work stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what? Yeah, I'm gonna need you to join my free company.
We were integrating 14 with
Yoshi P laughed. I'm sure this comment's gonna get a lot of hate, but he said, "Where are we putting our development funds?"
Oh, dude, he's trolling. He knows. He knows. He's seen the comments on the forums. 16 stealing from.
No, it's not 16 guys. It's Mahjong.
Mahjong. It's the reason why we don't have 2 dungeons.
Yeah, yep. We actually pulled off half the ultimate team. Said, you know what, guys? We don't even know if we need an ultimate. We need more Mahjong.
More.
Those are the same skill sets.
Yeah.
That's why we dropped to 1 dungeon, guys. The next Mahjong is going to take place in new dungeons, and we needed that resources. Eddie, the $5 game club. Thank you.
Thanks, Eddie. Enjoy
Rarefied
your
air.
Scott says, "What calendar?" We're only kidding about the in-game.
We're kidding.
Like there isn't really a scheduler for team.
The last 5 minutes of stream have been entirely trolling. 229 likes.
And also, guys, if you want to see the front and Mia tackle it, perfect. 8 a.m. on Tuesday. Top link in the descriptions for Twitch. You can follow, you can watch over there as well. You can rack up some channel points, and you can make me do crazy exercises while I stream. I don't know.
We'll be doing that for a good portion of the day, I think.
Oh, Beastmaster would be amazing, Whitney.
Yeah, so far they haven't really truly surprised me with any of this.
Yeah, this is like a couple of adjustments seem pretty cool.
Yeah.
Miscellaneous updates, new violin instruments. Yay! Hey, Breezy.
There have been streams of people gathering up in 14 just to play Mahjong.
Legendary Mike.
The original game is side content at this point.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Yoshi P, such a troll.
So funny. Yeah. Oh man, between Mahjong games, I don't know what to do. I guess I'll go clear story.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay, guys, we're gonna take a break. All right. Well, I'm gonna go run this quest. I'll be right back.
But if anybody wants to play a game, I could say.
Bicky Butt, give me Necromancer. I would love Necromancer. I hope like Chris and I in our video yesterday. It's like I hope that I'm wrong. I just don't see it
Yeah.
happening. And if I'm wrong, that's the best being wrong ever, because then I get what I want.
New system for fixing multiple materia.
Oh, okay.
Oh, melding
think
updates.
they're-
It's gonna keep. They said it's gonna keep melding until it succeeds. Cool. I got a stack. Get to it.
Some people have their rituals. Go ahead.
That they swore would always work when overmelding. Oh, just like superstitions. Oh, this is what's gonna do it.
Whoa, awesome. Finally, ability to link quests in the chat window. It'd be so sick if they were like, and the ability to share those quests, so you could see what I'm doing.
Yeah, especially for New Game Plus.
Yeah.
Like with New Game Plus, it would be really nice if you had a friend who was new to the game. If it could just basically push you into that portion of New Game Plus so that you could play with them. You'd be in the same phases. Even if you can't do the solo instances with them, there's plenty of not solo instancing in this game.
Right.
And I know it would technically also allow you to like know where that person needed to go and put them on flying mounts and things like that. So like it really opens up power leveling, but like I can't. That's the only reason I can think of not adding something like that outside of it just being tech they don't have.
JFO, that video for the Dancer controller guide is actually going to be up on Ginger Prime here in probably a week or two. I'm going to be testing out Dancer in the front line, playing it at cap, and I'll get you that.
If you click on the link in chat and you have completed that quest, it will open the log and you'll be able to tell somebody, oh yeah, that quest. You'll be able to do this and this and give them a step-by-step. If it's a quest you have not cleared, it will appear as question marks to prevent spoilers. That's a really well thought out feature.
Yeah.
This is it for 5.4 updates. So no.
PlayStation 5 stuff. PlayStation
There
5.
we go.
Alan, you've been waiting for this.
Now they said this was going to go 3 hours. It's been 1 hour? They blew through this.
Well, that's assuming that there's still more to talk about. Remember, they're bringing the UI guy on as a guest here in a little bit. PS4 version of 14 can be used to play on the PlayStation 5. Woo! Thank goodness. PS4 Pro settings for the system configuration menu will be available for the PS5 version.
You can use the PS4 version on the PS5. They're confirming everything right now. Oh, cool! Because when I traded in my PS3 version for the PS4, that was one directional.
And the PS5 will ensure quick load times.
Well, that's good.
That is so good. I was so worried that somebody was that it wasn't gonna be ready or something like that. Oh, thank God. Oh, I was just gonna be like, no, don't trade in your PS4.
Really
Now
trolled me
you-
today. He said loading times will increase a lot. He's very trolly.
He's in a mood.
Maybe he really took it to heart, all these people that were mad at him for being on 16, saying he was taking away from 14.
Oh, he's.
I'll show you taking away.
I'll show you taken away.
Good.
That is
Good.
awesome.
It seems like it would be a massive oversight from Sony to damage their relationship with Square by just dropping the ball.
I don't think it would be a drop the ball. I think it would
Never
just be a
know.
matter of if it's like it's just not ready and then it comes in January. It's like my concern was like, hey, let people know or
Oh,
Just
here it
bring it
is.
day and date.
Please don't take this as a PS5 version announcement. This is only saying the PS5 is going to be compatible with the PS4 version. So it is possible the PS5 version is not ready, but you'll be able
Yoshi
to run
P
the
wasn't
PS4
able to
version.
get his pre-order for PS5.
What?
Yoshi P said they both did not get a PS5 pre-order.
There is no way Sony doesn't just fix that. Are you kidding?
I think
Like,
essentially
don't-
he'll
I
have
don't
one for like the
I don't
office,
like
but a personal
nepotism
PS5.
and like kind of like celebrities having a premiere experience in some way. I find that frustrating in life, as I'm sure many of us do. But like the idea that a publisher director of a major title can't get a hold of a console
Especially because with the exclusivity with Final Fantasy 16.
feels odd.
Yeah.
But maybe he probably has one at work, I guess.
Yeah, I would think that he's got his work PS5 dev kit, you know, and they're working from home, so I don't know. Maybe it's just that they
what-
they try to
he
get it
goes,
out.
but-
They
but
try to
you
get the
should-
PS5s out to
be able
as
to
many
get
people
one?
as possible, and then essentially then the next wave when they become available, then it's like, oh, now we send them out to the devs or something like that. You know?
Maybe some nice warrior of light will give me theirs.
Is that what he said?
突っ込んだら
Oh, such a troll! I love him so much.
止まるか全部尽きるまで止まるんじゃねえぞってこと
Yeah,
Whether,
well,
as
Jackie,
for whether they're going to release an actual PS5 version of 14 in the future, they can't say anything for now. So wait for future news. It could be that it's just the PS4 version just gets better, right? It doesn't have to be a separate install or anything.
right? So that they said that with the PS5, it's going to have all the PS Pro features, and it's going to benefit from the faster loading times. So that's what you like. Honestly, you're getting a better
You'll be
version of
the
PS.
premium of what's available right now.
Mhm.
あるんですよはまんないことマジで
And thanks for following us over on Twitch, guys. We really appreciate
Nothing
that.
about 6.0 yet. It's probably a little early for that. Historically, we would have first found out things about the next expansion in November at FanFest. So it is possible with the next live letter. So the next live letter would have been at FanFest most likely.
Yeah, he's been working on 16 for
But we're
since,
not having a FanFest, so like that becomes a question.
He's been working on 16 since 2016. So it's coming along. Like, I think the thing that people, and I've said this and I'll keep saying this, 15.
Whoa.
Oh, cool.
The new materia melding, you cannot cancel it halfway. Once you start using melding with the
committed.
system, all the materia you put in will be used up until it succeeds, or it will run out. There's no way to stop.
I like the mounts here, the mount racing.
So if I get nervous about potentially using 500 materia, I need to use smaller stacks. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, I know. So but 16 was always the Final Fantasy where Yoshi P, as he's been changing the culture within Square Enix. So that's why we actually have seen gameplay for 16. They've already finished the main scenario quests and all that, and now they're just saying they're working on world bosses and building in more features to the game itself. So I think 16 is actually going to be pretty close. If it doesn't hit 2021, I think it's early 2022. And I think a lot of people are going to be really excited about it because it feels like it's going to have some actual direction and a vision as opposed to like 15 changed so many times. You know?
Oh, he went back and said I guess he's changing his trolling. He said loading times will increase. Actually, he meant loading speed will increase. I think we all knew that, but
Yeah.
thank you. Was that our translation, or is that him? It looks like that's him. It's in quotes. That's funny. All right.
It looks like the screenshot, Jonathan, is from the Grand Cosmos.